What if I told you the most dangerous threat to young men today isn't drugs, violence, or crime, but something far more insidious, spreading silently through their phones? Netflix's explosive new series Adolescence doesn't just tell the story of a murder, it exposes how a single toxic idea can twist a normal teenager into a killer. And the scariest part? This isn't fiction. This is happening right now, in schools just like yours. I've been waiting weeks to talk about this show, and now that it's finally here, I'm breaking down everything. The shocking ending, the real-life incel culture it exposes, and the terrifying question every parent should be asking. Could this happen to my child? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll never look at social media, school hallways, or even your own son the same way again. What if you did everything right, and your child still turned out wrong? The finale of Adolescence isn't about the crime itself, it's about the bomb that detonates after the murder. Jamie's family, once ordinary and unremarkable, is now living in a nightmare they didn't create but can't escape. Every glance from a neighbor, every whisper in the grocery store, is a reminder, your son is a killer. But here's what will haunt you, they weren't bad parents. Eddie, Jamie's father, broke the cycle of abuse. Unlike his own violent dad, he never raised a hand to his son. He worked hard, provided for his family, and believed love was enough. So why did Jamie turn out this way? The show forces us to confront an uncomfortable truth. Sometimes, it's not the parents. It's the world outside their control. The most heartbreaking moment? When Eddie, after having his van vandalized, his life upended, still answers Jamie's call from prison with quiet calm. Because no matter what his son did, he's still his son. And that's the tragedy the show captures perfectly. Even good families can be destroyed by one member's actions. Imagine investigating a murderer, only to realize your own child is one step away from becoming him. D.I. Bascombes' story is where adolescence shifts from crime drama to full-blown horror. He's the detective leading Kate's murder case, but in a chilling twist, his own son Adam is the one who explains the incel ideology that drove Jamie to kill. Think about that for a second. A cop, trained to spot danger, is completely blindsided by the poison spreading in his own home. And here's the kicker, Bascombe and Eddie, Jamie's dad, aren't so different. Both were absent fathers, too busy with work to notice what their sons were absorbing online. Both had boys in the same toxic school environment. But while Jamie snapped, Adam didn't. The show doesn't give easy answers, and that's what makes it so brilliant and so terrifying. Because in real life, there's no clear line between normal teenager and killer. This is the scene that made me physically sick, and I couldn't look away. If you watch only one episode of Adolescence, make it this one. Jamie's psychological evaluation is a masterclass in tension, with Aaron Doy delivering a performance so unsettling you'll forget he's acting. As he describes Kate's murder, he doesn't sound like a monster. He sounds like a boy who genuinely believes he's the victim. She laughed at me, he says, as if that justifies everything. I could have done worse to her, but I didn't. That's the moment you realize, this isn't just rage. It's entitlement. He thinks Kate owed him something, and when she refused, he decided she deserved to die. And then there's Bryony, the psychologist. For the entire session, she's cool, professional, until Jamie leaves. Then, in a single unscripted moment, she throws down the sandwich he touched like it's contaminated. No words, just raw, human disgust. That's the power of this show. It makes you feel what no documentary ever could. The killer isn't who you think. The real danger? It's already in your house. Let's be clear, Jamie committed the murder. But Adolescence argues he didn't act alone. The true culprits? The online forums that taught him to hate women. The classmates who mocked him for being ugly. The algorithm that fed him rage-filled content disguised as self-improvement. This is where the show becomes more than entertainment. It's a warning. Today's boys aren't just being bullied, they're being radicalized. And unlike drugs or gangs, this threat doesn't lurk in dark alleys. It's in group chats. Just jokes. Until suddenly, they're not jokes anymore. Here's why this might be the most important show Netflix has ever released. Unequivocally, is it perfect? The single-take style, while impressive, can feel exhausting. some scenes drag. But here's the thing, this isn't just a TV show. It's a conversation starter. A mirror held up to our schools, our screens, our sons. Stephen Graham is phenomenal as always, but the real star is the writing. It refuses to give easy answers. There's no bad parent to blame, no simple solution. Just a horrifying question. In a world where hate is just a click away, how do we protect our kids? And that's why you need to watch it. Not because it's comfortable, because it's necessary. That is it for today. Hit the subscribe button for more amazing movie reviews.